say that this hangout on there is live. I'm live. All right, I'm trying to be aggressive today. So this is like my third contribution, but whether it's a blog post or an actual video as I wrap up with my day. And this one is basically the current phase that I'm in for picking up Elm. So with that said, I made my declaration like 3 weeks ago, I think, that I was going to pick up Elm, and I've been going pretty full throttle in it. The benefit was that, or the advantage was that I was coming from a F sharp background, because I was doing that for about close to a year and a half from the very start, and so the transition to Elm so far has been within the actual programming fundamentals has been pretty smooth, I would say. In regards to the IDE, the actual ecosystem, it's been the death by 1,000 paper cuts, all right? Just very command line intensive. I'm not using Visual Studio, I'm using Visual Studio Code. And so, I mean, it's cool. I'm learning how to use other tools that are non-Microsoft centric. Well, VS Code is Microsoft centric, but I'm basically picking up on technologies and techniques that don't necessarily revolve around Microsoft. Yet I can still carry over my skill set of F sharp into Elm. So anyway, this video is meant to discuss where I'm at and the phase that I'm entering. So as I probably attempted to disclose already, I'm pretty comfortable. I think I get the whole concept of model, view, and update. Your model is a type. Your view and your update are actual functions. Your view function is actually a function that returns HTML command or HTML that operates on the command. And your update basically takes your model and a message, and it will basically return a new model. All right. So like all that stuff, I think I have nailed down. A lot of things just carried over from F sharp. I mean, the syntax is a little different, but it was pretty smooth, right? Now, with that said, I feel kind of confident right now. However, I've always been insecure when it came to presentation, styling. So I went on Amazon to figure out what the latest and greatest book is on HTML and CSS. And through Amazon Prime, I got that book like the very next day. I was pretty surprised. But again, I'm saying this because my insecurity has been based on, well, at the end of the day, they judge you on presentation. Regardless of fundamentals, you are judged on presentation. So that's reality. And so it's important that I understand the basics of presentation, aka styling. So I picked up this book right here. This appears to be the leading book on Amazon. This is called HTML and CSS, Design and Build Websites. I'm pretty much done with the book. I mean, I pretty much went through it. I maybe skimmed maybe 15% of the book, but I went through the rest of it. And so why am I saying this? Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because phase 2 of my learning, of my journey of this Elm, so I can enter this web space for building awesome software, is basically this book. I view as a recipe for building various types, or I view it as a recipe for presenting content. Okay, it's a book of recipes for presenting content. So with that said, perhaps it would be advantageous on my part to go through the book and all the really detailed examples that this book has of basically displaying HTML and then styling it, and how to do it professionally or with a professional polish to it. Yo, why not do that within Elm? So translate it. The next phase 2, which I'm kicking off today, is to take the different examples of what this book has as it renders HTML and it styles it and all this stuff, right? Well, that's probably a poor example. But to make a long story short, take all the examples or go through enough examples in this book of how to render something that looks somewhat professional that may not show up. But basically, instead of writing HTML, I am going to be writing Elm to display that HTML. And that's going to like hopefully give me more confidence and also provide me the combination of my blog posts, enable me to quickly search for various recipes for, I guess I'm not supposed to say components when doing Elm or functional programming, but basically this should enable me to quickly search my blog posts for recipes for displaying certain types of layouts and how to present that. And so again, I'm going to be going through the book and I'm just going to be, instead of writing HTML code, I'm going to be writing Elm code to basically display the same examples that they have here. And so that's phase 2 that I'm pretty much kicking off today. And that's pretty much it. That's it. I don't have anything else to say. So after that, phase 3, I've been thinking of, it's just basically I gotta build something, something that has like meat to it. Phase 2 is more of snippets, to build fundamentals in regards to rendering UI. Phase 3 is build something that works and is cool enough. So usually, the popular project that I've been doing is porting Quote Builder. That's an app that I wrote that basically is data entry intensive, and it basically serves up formal business proposals that you can email based on leveraging templates for common services and common materials that are associated to those services. Hence, this app is more geared towards like contractors or people that work within the services domain or industry. So I've done it for Windows Store apps. I've done it for Xamarin Forms, and I'm considering porting that yet again to, well, a web app, leveraging Elm. And so that's going to be phase 3, more than likely, or something close to it. And after I do that, then the cool thing about being a software developer is people can't deny what you've accomplished. Throw it on my resume and start bidding on these web projects. That is it. So I just discussed where I'm currently at in my learning of Elm. I think there's been some people that have been paying attention to my journey. People keep trying to like push Fable back at me. But Fable is not something that I'm interested in right now, for the reason that I want to experiment outside of Microsoft's ecosystem. And so, yeah, I mean, I might look at Fable later and transition from Elm to Fable, but one, that's unlikely based on my strategy. And well, yeah, based on my strategy. So I guess I'm babbling now. That's it. Focus on presentation. Take these examples from this book and basically port those examples, leveraging the Elm programming language. And just go hard. Just do that. And then phase 3 is build something meaty. All right, I'm out. I'm Scott Nimrod, Miami, Florida. Native application development, test automation, functional programming, and now I'm focused on this web space. Adios, te veo a ratito. Peace. I'm hitting stop broadcast right now.